Hey, I know you can read because you clicked on this video, so let's go ahead and get into those tips. Tip number 1 is how to get honey in the early game. You can actually use your axe to break down these wooden stumps that you find in the forest. You have a small chance of getting it once you completely break down the stump, and as you can see in the bottom right corner, a jar of honey has appeared in our inventory. You can use this to reduce your infection by 5%. This is huge when you don't have access to antibiotics and herbal antibiotics in the early game. Tip number 2. If you see an open book such as this on any magazine or schematic, that means you've already read it. So you're better off either giving it to another player on your server or selling it if you're playing solo or if everyone already has it. These are worth a good amount of dukes. However, the utilization of these items is far outweighed by the dukes that you would gain by selling these. So make sure your fellow players are receiving these before you sell them. I wanted to show an example of what the book looks like when it's closed, and here it is. In this case, we don't know this information, but we have to determine if it's worth buying or not. Tip number 3, the Parkour Perk. I believe this perk is often overlooked, but this perk is actually very strong. The ability to jump 1 or 2 meters depending on what level you grab is huge. At level 2, you can increase your jump by 1 meter. And of course, the increase in safe fall damage as well as the reduction of stamina cost by jumping is good. But the big thing here is jump 1 meter higher. Even with a level 2 stuntman, being able to jump 1 meter higher is going to get you out of a lot of sticky situations. It also allows you to gain access to places that you might not have been able to access before, such as a roof. If you get to Parkour Master at level 4, you'll pretty much be able to get out of any sticky situation that you can imagine. However, the investment to this takes a considerable amount, and you have to get to 9 agility. And keep in mind, at certain levels, it's not just 1 point to increase it, it turns into 2 and 3. It's a pretty large investment. You probably won't reach this until at least the teens or even 20s if you're purely focusing this down. However, I do recommend that you do pick up some beginner perks and don't rush down parkour. Given that it is good, you still need to be able to survive in the game. I recommend picking up Living Off the Land as well as Master Chef. I'd also recommend something like Lucky Looter and perhaps even Spearmaster, as spears are going to be the main weapon that you use in early game. I want to illustrate what it looks like to have parkour level 2, so here you go. So say if you were not able to get out of there, or imagine you're inside a building, but you have this nice ledge right here. I could just jump straight up to here and get out of danger. So now I could just take them all out, boom, 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 and they can't get to me. And I could just keep, going back and forth, jumping up and back and forth. But the ability to just be able to jump wherever you want and the freedom that comes with it is just unparalleled. I'm able to jump across these buildings, gain access to places that typically wouldn't be able to gain access to in the first place without the Parkour Perk. But it's just really nice and allows you to really scale things that normally you just wouldn't be able to do. So it's a really big quality life perk that I believe is just severely underlooked. Tip number 4, the ammo perks. I call this the ammo perks because if you actually read Boomstick and just read level 1, it says right here, find more shotgun parts and shotgun ammo. So if you just grab level 1, which you could do with even just 1 strength, you can do that for all of these. You can do it for machine gunner. You can grab this and see how it says find more machine gun parts, 7.62 ammo and loot. You only need the first level. And lastly, you can also get it in gunslinger. Find more 9mm ammo in loot. This is a huge boon because it's going to allow you to snowball quicker and have loads of ammo at mid and late game. You only need 1 level in each of these, and those are the 3 perks that you should probably pick up sometime after your essential perks. Again, don't rush these down. These are good to have, but they're not essential. Tip number 5 is related to when you choose your first reward from your very first mission in 7 Days to Die. When you turn in your mission to Trader Wreck, you get 5 choices from different pipe weapons. You get the pipe baton, the pipe shotgun, the pipe pistol, pipe rifle, and pipe machine gun. So the real question is, which one should you choose? And I'll let you know right now, don't choose the shotgun or the rifle because both of those are extremely slow to reload and their shots are not guaranteed to kill in 1 hit. A pipe baton is a solid choice, but it's not a ranged weapon, and ideally you would want a ranged weapon given that you have spears. So it really comes down to, in my opinion, a machine gun or a pistol. I lean towards pistol just because the abundancy of 9mm ammo in the game compared to 7.62. However, a machine gun is going to be a lot more effective at taking down hordes and when you get swarmed. So it's really up to you, but my recommendation is to take the pipe pistol. My last and final tip to you, tip number 6. Another tip is to use these vending machines that you find at the trader places. Specifically, there is a learning elixir in here that's really good for experience gain, 20%. You especially want to use this when there's a lot of zombies because that is just going to stack on the experience like crazy. 20% is no joke. In addition to that, you can also use the nerd outfit, specifically the headgear. The headgear also gives an experience gain. So if you stack this with the learning elixir, you're going to be getting a lot of experience, and you're going to shoot past, if you're playing on a multiplayer server, you're going to be shooting past your friends pretty quickly. 40% is no joke. Well, that's it for now for all the tips and tricks. Did you learn anything new? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you like this video, I'd greatly appreciate a like. And if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.